So hi, hello, myself I am Ibrahim Khalil. So this is the UI of the certification exam project, and here we start. We created the logo, home button, and the search search button, which we can use small letter short keys as to map the detail of the page. And we have created add team and add player. We have created the teams Mumbai, Chennai, etc. So even if we click Mumbai Indians, it will direct to the Mumbai Indians page, which we can see the players list. So there is using home button we can direct to the UI page, and every page have created. So this is the Barca page, and Kolkata, Sunrise Hyderabad, Gujarat, Delhi. So we created all the teams. If we selected Rajasthan, we can see these players and using home. The next functionality is add a team. We can add a team if I am just giving the Kerala as a team, and the logo URL we can give it from, we can search it. Mm. So we can give the URL. We can give the URL and the count 1 I am giving 2. So the team will be added, the Kerala Blasters. This is I does not created the players, so that's why it's showing that. So after we coming to home page, there is Kerala Blasters. This is what, and we can also create add players. Here we can see the add player. We can give the name as Dhoni, and price as 12 crore, and playing state is true all-rounder, and the image URL. I'm just not giving the image. Just we can give image URL, and I am adding to Chennai, or I am adding to Mumbai. After we adding player in Mumbai, we can see the newly added Dhoni with 12 crore here. So these are the functionality of the page, and we have one feature is that we can search as shortcut. So if we create RCB or Rajasthan Royals as short letter, we can give as RR. So RR will map us to the Rajasthan Royal pages. So here we can see the Rajasthan team and the player details. While we clicking the player, we can show all the details of the player like this. So these are the functionalities in the web page. So in home page we can select the teams, and from teams we can show the list of the players playing and all the other. And even if we click, even the top batsman and the bowler also mentioned as we created the function. And we click on the player card, we can go to the file detail page, which we give file name on the section. Then after this we have to go to the code section. Code section, this is the starting with index page. In index page we can see the logo mentioned and the home page button, and this is the add button which functioned as add team clicked to add team. The button which is showed here, this add button. So this is the add button, and add player is here. You can see the add player button here. So container teams will be selected from JS, and we have to load it from the local storage. So we linked it with index.js, and here we can see the index.js page. In index, we added the all players details. Here we can see the player data as given, and all the players data, and we given the team data as a variable which stores the details about the team name and short name and icon, and the count, etc. stuff are stored. And which mentioned the function click will direct us to add page, team add page, and player add page to direct us to player add page we used. So this section, here we can see the two arrays we have created, one to store the detail of the team and other to the player details, and we stringify the objects to the local storage. After that we created the suggest array which on the working of search bar. So we have created this function which we can see the quick function to direct us to team.html page which we have created here. While after clicking, the suggestion list will work, and if we click the search button, and it will direct us to the that page. We can see the user data here. We created the event listener also, which we click icon direct us to that. So this is the grid card which I mentioned in index page. The container teams, here we can see the container teams. So this is where all the details of the teams will be loaded into the web page. So we can create, after creating this, we can see the details of the team, and we know that there is uh, other page, which is adding player. Adding player is a function. Here we can show the player adding, like here, add player. So in add player we can see these options: name and price, the playing status and the all-rounder, etc, etc. So in code add player we can show the HTML page which accept the all the uh, values of which player role and the URL, etc stuff. We linked it with JS file, which is player add JS file, and first we are passing the details of the players which we stored in the local storage, and after that we are loading the uh, team, so we can add players in this status. So this is the add player function. In this variable store the all things, the value of the player name which we given, and it will the all the add player details will be pushed into local storage, and we can access, we can show it in the index page. So this is the add player session, and we can show the player details. Once we go to the we selected the team, and we can see the list of the players from there. This is the detail of the player. So here player details are linked with JS file. JS file we can see the location of each player, which is from the team. If we select movie in this, and if we are selecting one sec, if we are selecting the uh, Rohit Sharma, here we can see the URL, and I already console logged uh, the details of the player name Rohit Sharma as here, which we logged in the player URL. Okay, and this is the detail of the player, and I also logged the uh, console logged the URL. So which URL, the location we are going next. So here we can see the URL of the uh, that page. So this is the working of player details, and the it will be stored which we created all the details in the inner HTML page. We store select load from the inner HTML, and we can show the image, player name, team, all the steps, status are loaded using log. So it will be shown in the team. After clicking team, we can see the teams. So after that team, this is the team list where we can see the team list players, and here we same as the searching and consoling the teams. uh, so from here we can load the player details in each team. So after we selecting, we can see the team status, the team details. In team details, there is two function initiated. One is top batsman and another is top bowler. So we can add using this function. So team table, I have already created the team table, and if we add a team. So here we are adding the team using this form. All the check all the options inputs are given here. Number of the count all other teams. This button is going to add the team, and here we can see the team. We can add this add data will be accept the value, and the add data will be inserted into storage, and it will be passed out. And in this we can see the list of the players teams which we added, and we use style. We have linked the style to one page and given the all the styles etc. Here. So that's all about the coding section. And the next one is, so the question is talked about the files and the screen wise files, all the files, and implemented the create functionality I already discussed. So this is how they create the function. So we have to discuss about the creating player, which we have already discussed, the adding player. So we can see the JS file. In JS file we have created an event which we give two functions. In this function we created the short name of the team, and this one is the player status. If it is true, then it will be stored as true. Otherwise, then this is the add player. So in here we can see that there is all the list, and this will be initiated. So add player will be stored all the values which we inserted in the options which we given in the add player. So while we clicking add player, it will be pushed into the local storage, and after that it will shown in the team. So we can watch that here. So here we can the player add. I already created player, and I am creating one small page, one crow, and status row all rounder. I'm giving batsman and the image order just and the team I am giving to single support and adding player. This is where the adding player works. While I am clicking the adding player, it will add the player. So you can see the Ishant here. So these are the details of the player we just given. So after that I have discussed the search functionality also. Search functionality working I already discussed it here in the index. Here in index we can see the searching. We gave the suggestion to the as a array, then push the details of the name as sname, which we already given in the local storage, and it will be map us to the team which we have given. If the value is there, and we will allow to map to that team page. So we can see here, and after that here it will work. The suggestion list will, this function will work, and the we can select our page. You can see here the working of it. So this is how it's working. Example, so Mumbai Indians, it will automatic uh, make to uppercase and map into the team. While clicking searching, it will goes to the Mumbai Indians page. So that's from there. And I have explained the search functionality and the creating file functionality. Next, what is DOM? And DOM is object model program interface, and for HTML, it is a objective model interface useful for HTML and XML document. It defines the logical structure of the documents and how the document accessed and manipulated. And HTML is used to structure the web page, and it is used to behavior. JavaScript is used to behavior to web page, and which web page is loaded. JavaScript cannot be understood directly by JavaScript itself. So DOM basically working as the representation of the same HTML page, and but it's a different format with using the object. DOM is like a tree-like structure, as we know, and for accessing, there are different method we using, like get element by ID, get element by tag name, get element by class name, and get element by name, etc. And we are using. So that is what about DOM. And next thing is what is currying in JavaScript. And currying, currying means this defines uh, changing the functions having multiple arguments. So the functions having the changing the functions having multiple arguments into a sequence of functions with single arguments. So it is a process of converting a function with more arity into a function having this arity. It is carrying working like that. So what is arity means the number of parameters which we given in the form, and it only transforms the functions. It only transforms the functions to the it only transform the functions instead of calling it. It returns new functions useful into instead of calling it. It will transform functions instead of calling it, and it returns a new function which all arguments get exhausted. And that's all by my side, and my English is a little bit weak. So that's all. Thank you.